I am genuinely interested in the evidence you have that the West staged a coup in Ukraine. Okay, I think this would make a good series of videos, actually. The US's fingerprints are all over the 2014 overthrow of the Ukrainian government, and it looks very similar to other color revolutions that they've fomented historically. But I don't blame people for not understanding how involved the US State Department, IMF, and Western NGOs actually work, because mainstream media calls anybody who questions US State Department involvement in Ukraine a conspiracy theorist. It's all disinformation and Russian propaganda. And because I'm going to be dismissed as a Russian propagandist and a puppet of Putin, I'll let you listen to Victoria Nuland, former NATO representative, US State Department official, and US ambassador to Ukraine.
In early February of 2014, as the Maidan crisis was getting more violent, there was a phone call that was intercepted. It was a call between the Assistant Secretary of State for European Affairs, Victoria Nuland, and the U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, Jeffrey Pyatt.
Questions of credibility are being raised after a private chat between two top U.S. diplomats was leaked online.
I think Yats is the guy who's got the economic experience, the governing experience. He's the guy, what he needs is Klitsch and Tony Book on the outside. I just think Klitsch going in, he's going to be at that level working for Yatsenyuk. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. Okay. Good. Would you want us to try to set up a call with him as the next step?
Sullivan's come back to me, VFR, saying you need Biden, and I said probably tomorrow for an attaboy and to get the deets to stick. So okay. Biden's willing.
So you had this remarkable phone call where you have these two senior officials of the U.S. government apparently talking about a coup or how they were planning to restructure the government of Ukraine.
Fuck the EU.
No, exactly.
I'm not saying the whole U.S. government feels that way. There is division on this, but the neoconservative element wants very much to change the strategic dynamic in Eastern Europe.
Ukraine. Too much money was already invested in Ukraine to stop halfway.
We've invested over $5 billion to assist Ukraine in these and other goals that will ensure a secure and prosperous and democratic Ukraine.
Did Victoria Nuland just suggest that the US funneled money into Ukraine to restructure their government? What a conspiracy theorist and Russian propagandist. I mean, it's still kind of amazing to me that people can't see this. You hear Victoria Nuland using all of the buzzwords that the US uses when they're going to overthrow a government for their own geopolitical interests, regardless of the democratic will of the people. We funneled $5 billion to bring them democracy and prosperity. When has the US ever brought a country democracy and prosperity? Do the people of Ukraine look like they're prospering right now? No, the US is using them as geopolitical pawns. And we're just scratching the surface here. This is just the most obvious evidence, so follow for more.